afternoon. Welcome back to Live from the Hall. I'm Amy Henderson with the Georgia Municipal Association, and we are here at GMA's 86th Annual Convention in Savannah. And this afternoon we have our opening general session, and we're super excited. We've got some great speakers, and one of which is joining us right now. Malcolm Mitchell, you are from Valdosta, Georgia, home of former home of Larry Hanson, our executive director. Talk about, kind of that connection that you guys have.
Well, I'll tell you, we're very honored to have Malcolm here, and he's going to deliver a great message not only to our members, but the young people that our city officials represent. And Malcolm is from Valdosta, a great sports star and legend at Valdosta High School. Of course,
I've heard that Valdosta has good football players.
That's exactly right, great sports program. But, he set records, and that says a lot because of Valdosta's rich football tradition. But the thing we're most proud of about Malcolm is the human being that it is, and now he's worked so hard in his career and giving back to young people and being an inspiration and a role model, and that's important.
Yeah, and so you went on to play for UGA, and then that team I won't speak of in that game, I pains me to remember.
Yeah, playing against the home team.
Yeah, but now you're here talking about literacy and what that, in children's literacy, and you've got a new book out, which is really cool. I was looking at it earlier. Tell us a little bit about this and why it's important to you and what it means to you.
Yeah, through my journey with sport, I was introduced to reading. And I saw how enriching and how powerful it was to me becoming a better individual, not just on the field, but in day-to-day life.
Well, and I like the message of your book. It's The Magician's Hat.
Correct.
And I had a copy, and I think I put it down somewhere. But that it really is a journey that you can go anywhere in a book.
And that's what I learned when I decided to read. I learned if I wanted to know something, if I wanted to become more knowledgeable about a topic, there's a book out there that would help me
Somebody
achieve
has written that book.
Yeah, somebody has written a book about that.
Do you have a favorite book?
One of the books that really got me going was The Glass Castle.
I have not read that one.
Yeah, you should check it out if you've not read it.
Is there a genre that you're particular about, or is it just anything? Like the back of a cereal box?
Exactly. Counting those calories.
Yeah. No, don't look at that. Look, where are the magic marshmallows? That's what you want to know. No. But so tell us about the literacy project you're doing with for children and kind of what you've got some statistics about that and why it is important.
Well, before I left the University of Georgia, I created a nonprofit called Read with Malcolm, and it's dedicated to book ownership and also creating this fun new energy about reading.
Right.
What I've learned is that there's a direct correlation between kids going to jail versus elementary reading scores. Right. So that lets me know if a child cannot read, he can't succeed.
I saw a study a couple of years ago that basically said that reading, a child who reads does better in every single subject. Math, science, doesn't matter. The reading is the consistent part of that. So, so tell us a little bit more about the foundation. How does this work, and how can cities be involved?
Right. So it's very easy. I always tell people I'm not hard to find. It's called Read with Malcolm. Easy to remember. And if you look it up online, if you send us an email, you'll find me and we'll respond and try to be in your community.
And is it the purpose to get books into the hands of children? And I know you've got some summer camps coming up too.
Correct. Well, 68% of kids don't have age-appropriate books, so they're never granted the opportunity to read.
Wow.
Right? So my foundation really focuses on creating that opportunity, and creating a realm where kids can grasp hold of that.
At what age? I mean, my daughter, of course, she's older now, but when she was little, we, always read every single night.
Right.
And I guess they talk about, reading to them, and when they're still in the womb and everything.
It's a real thing.
Really?
There's a 300 million word deficit between a parent who reads to their kid and a parent who doesn't.
Wow.
So no, that's a real thing.
Wow.
So please
okay,
keep
read to your children.
Yes, while they're in the womb.
Yeah. Do books on tape count?
They do, actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
It's in the car and all that.
Vocabulary is one of the biggest issues with not knowing how to read. The more words you know, the more you can read.
And it's interesting. I have a friend she's a big reader, and she always says you can tell a reader from a non-reader when they mispronounce a word, because a reader will mispronounce it because they're used to looking at it and not hearing it. Right. So that kind of thing. So tell us a little bit about the camps that you're doing.
Yeah, so we create these online virtual camps too.
Okay, cool. So you don't have to physically go.
You don't have to physically be there. It's free to sign up, and I come from a sports background, as Larry said. So I create.
You're the coach.
Yeah, I create a very competitive reading atmosphere.
Are there any flags ever thrown in this field of competitive reading?
You'd be surprised how many teachers email us upset about the results. So,
really?
yeah, I have to throw some flags and tell them, calm down.
Yeah, right. Your kids are doing great. Be excited about that. And
but
so
I mean,
do you get home?
Important point, I think, is, our cities are all talking about workforce development and workforce availability and how important it is the future and what a challenge it's becoming to find employees to fill jobs. And a lot of that is foundational, and it goes back to reading. And so that's why we're very interested in this and working with Malcolm and getting him in our cities and our schools all across the state, all 538 cities.
That would be so cool.
So that we can share that message and urge and encourage young people, because to be prepared for their future and to achieve their potential, it really starts with reading.
It does. It really does. So it's so cool that you're doing that, and that your journey took you from working on your reading skills in college to helping young people learn to read now.
I think even this setting that I'm in today, sitting here between you two talking, even our dynamic is a direct result from me becoming literate and empowering myself through literacy. It's safe to say if I went on and I was just another athlete, well, you would have called me, but it would have only been to congratulate something else I would have done, not to get me involved into this journey of helping the state of Georgia become more empowered, and literacy being a way to do that.
It really, that's so
But Malcolm also delivers another message, and that's everyone deals with adversity in their life and challenges in their life, and he's had his, and some of that was injuries, and some of it was circumstances. But he is one of the most dedicated individuals I've ever known. His work ethic is so strong, and so when he commits himself to something, this is going to be successful.
And I'm looking forward to Georgia being like the '1 state in childhood literacy.
That's my mission.
And it's all coming back to you.
That is my mission.
And you can give up that other ring. We'll replace it with a literacy ring.
Yeah, I'll take that. I will take that.
It'll be so cool. But, and we have a copy of your book right
the
here.
Magician's Hat.
It is so cool, and it's just such a fun message of you can go anywhere in books and have any experience in books, and I think that is such I've been a lifelong reader, and it's always been one of the things. Is like I feel like I've traveled around the world, and it's like I don't get to leave Georgia.
Yeah. That book is a culmination of the experience I had in Valdosta and the realization that I had at the University of Georgia. And what's funny, everything about this book, it is published by Scholastic now, but it was originally self-published.
Oh, wow.
And every person who helped me self-publish that book went or was born in the state of Georgia.
That's awesome. So it's a Georgia-made book.
It really is.
Totally Georgia-made.
And we're excited about it because now Malcolm has signed a contract and he's going to be writing some more books.
Exactly.
That's what I was about to ask. What's next? More books?
More books.
And
more
typically
books.
Children's books, is that kind of
I have one more picture book, and then I want to do one more young adult.
Okay.
Because what I really learned is that writing for a particular audience gives me a platform to speak to that audience.
Right.
And I really like to really get down and dirty with those teenagers.
Yes, I was going to say my daughter actually teaches 8th grade language arts in Boston, and one of the things she has found is so many kids come through to the 8th grade and don't have very strong reading skills, and a lot of it is because technology has made it where they don't have to. They're not looking at a printed book, they're looking at a tablet, and then they're saying, read to me.
Right. And the great thing about me being young at this point is I understand how everything works, and we are stuck in a realm of immediate gratification, and I fall for it too.
Well, it's nice. But no, we're so excited to have you here today. I know you're going to be reading to some young people in a little bit, and then talking to the older people.
Are you going to be reading with me?
Sounds like I am.
Okay.
And I know Larry wants to get you home to Valdosta soon too, and go visit folks down there.
Absolutely.
So Well, thank you so much for being here with us, and we're excited about getting this out to our members and doing what we can to help with the literacy effort
I appreciate
too.
that. Thank you.
And that's it for this afternoon.